Hello everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to the Vintage Sanctuary. I got a pretty big card for me in the mail the other day and I've got a pretty big card for me coming in the mail today. However, I'm not going to show either of those. And there's a couple reasons. One is because I think there are a lot of lesser cards in the hobby that don't get much love, and so I want to share one of those today. And the other reason is because most of the cards in my collection, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want these in my collection. But there's maybe a dozen or so or a few more where I'm like, do I want this in my collection? I'm going through the process of vetting those cards, basically making sure that they have meaning to me, not to anybody else, not based on investment potential or how much I paid, just does this card really have meaning to me? Now, I suspect in the end, the answer is going to be yes to just about all of them. It's possible I end up moving a couple cards. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, out of this process came this video. And so here we go. Let me turn the camera around and get you looking at this card. This is the 1951 Topps Joe Page in a PSA Excellent 5. Now, it says it's the Johnny Sane bio because Topps put the Sane bio on the back of some Page cards and the Page bio on the back of some Sane cards. However, this is actually the regular Joe Page bio on the back. So guess what? This is an error of an error. In other words, PSA says this is an error card, but it's not. So it's just PSA's error about an error, which is kind of cool. By the way, if somebody wanted to be unscrupulous, they could just show this front of this card and try to sell it with no returns because the Sane bio on the back is worth quite a bit more. Of course, I would never do that, and that would be unethical. But anyway, PSA messed this one up, and actually, I think that's kind of cool. Adds a little something to the card in the slab. I'm a fan of players who made significant contributions to Yankees Dynasty by playing well in the regular season to help the Yankees win the pennant, and also by playing well in the World Series to help them win it all. There are many players who would be more than happy to trade individual accolades for winning pennants and World Series as a team. Let's talk about Joe Page, called the Fireman because his cards are on fire. Invest now before it's too late. Oh wait, the Vintage Sanctuary is a place of refuge from investment hype. Please forgive me. Page was a powerful left-handed ace reliever who would come in and put out the fire, so to speak, by saving the game. Born in 1917 and the oldest of 7 siblings, Joe built his muscles like John Mangini, the old-fashioned way without PEDs. From a young age, Joe worked in the coal mines of Pennsylvania. He was involved in a bad car accident that almost cost him his leg, put him in the hospital for 5 months, and basically kept him out of sports from the ages of 18 to 20, causing him to get little attention from baseball scouts. However, a couple of more years working in the mines added muscle to his body and speed to his fastball. He finally broke into the Yankees farm system in 1940, making his major league debut with the Yankees in 1944. However, between 1943 and 1944, Page's mother, oldest sister, and father all died, so they never got to see his big league success, and Page was left as the sole provider for the family. There were 2 years when Joe Page was a major contributor to Yankees championships. The first was 1947 and the second was 1949. In 47, Page had a 14-8 record, his 14 relief wins being an American League record until 1961. He also had a 2.48 ERA and a whopping league-best 17 saves, although the save was not an official stat until 1969. Page was a pioneer of the closing pitcher role in baseball. He finished 4th in the MVP voting, which was won by the other Joe DiMaggio. In the 47 World Series, Page played in 4 games. He saved Game 1. pitching innings 6 through 9. In Game 3, Page threw 3 scoreless innings, but the Dodgers won 9-8. In Game 6, Page allowed 4 runs in 1 inning of relief and was the losing pitcher. However, in Game 7, Page came in as the relief pitcher and retired the Dodgers in order in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, plus held them scoreless in the 9th, thus earning the Game 7 win. Sportfolio magazine named Page the 1947 Professional Athlete of the Year. In '49, the Yankees were led by new manager Casey Stengel, the pioneer and master of the platoon system, where he would shift players in and out of the game depending on the situation. However, late in games, his pitcher of choice was absolutely Joe Page. Stengel set Page out to the mound a league-leading 60 times. Page ended the '49 season with a 13-8 record, a 2.59 ERA, and a whopping league-leading 27 saves, 17 more than the runner-up and at least 8 more than any other American League team. Page finished third in the American League MVP voting, won by Ted Williams. With 2 games left in the regular season in 1949, the Red Sox were 1 game ahead of the Yankees in the pennant race. The remaining 2 games were the Red Sox versus the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. In the first of those 2 games, the Red Sox went up 2-0 early. Thus, Stengel called Page to the mound in the 3rd inning. Joe walked the first 2 batters, forcing in 2 runs and making the score 4-0. Stengel went to the mound to check on Joe, who told him, "I'll get us out of this." And boy did Joe deliver, pitching 6 2/3 innings and only allowing 1 hit. The Yankees won that game 5-4. Page's performance is still considered one of the great clutch pitching performances. When the Dodgers and Yankees met in the World Series of 1949, they split the first 2 games. Page won the critical Game 3 in relief. Not only that, but Page saved Game 5, the final game of the World Series. In the 9th inning, he did allow a couple of base runners, but after that he struck out 3 Hall of Famers in a row, Duke Snider, Jackie Robinson, and Gil Hodges. For his efforts, Page received the first ever Babe Ruth Award, the precursor to the World Series MVP Award, which started in 1955. Joe Page will never be a Hall of Famer, but then again, the Yankees may very well have lost the 1947 and 1949 World Series without him. I am convinced the Yankees would have never even made it to the '49 World Series without him, and hence they would have never won 5 World Series in a row from 1949 to 1953, a record that may never be broken. I wanted a Joe Page card in my collection. I decided to go with his 1952 Topps, picking up this sweet card in January of 2021. If you are interested in adding a Joe Page card to your collection, there are several nice options, to include his 1950 Drake's Cookies card. I'll leave you with a quote from the back of that card. "Joe's value can't be discovered just from records. It's necessary to see him come in from the bullpen in a tight spot and overpower the batters with his blazing fastball." There is some card meditation at the end if you want to stick around. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary.